Exercise number 51 and 52. Raglon blouse, drafting, cutting and stitching. Sleeves with long armhole lines extending up to the neckline is called Raglon sleeve. This is the main feature of this type of blouse. The Raglon sleeve covers the entire shoulder area. There is no seam on the shoulder line. Paper pattern drafting. Measurements. Materials. Instructions for drafting. Draw the drafting of Raglon blouse, back, front and sleeve parts on the brown sheet. Instructions for master pattern. Add the given allowances to the paper pattern components for seam allowance and turning. Cut the excess brown sheet through the cutting line to get the master pattern of Raglon blouse. Name the cut pattern components for future reference. Layout and cutting. Lay the fabric on the cutting table on widthwise folding with the wrong side facing upwards. Arrange the master pattern of Raglon blouse economically without wasting the fabric. Mark the outline of all the Raglon blouse components laid using a marking chalk. Cut along the marking line with sharp shears. Pin all the layers of components together for stitching. Raglon blouse stitching. Style features. Materials and trimmings. Stitch and finish the front and back darts. Join the waist belt on the front bottom both sides. Fold back bottom and stitch it. Stitch the plackets. Match front shoulder line and sleeve with right sides together. Skill sequence number 1. Self-bound seam. Stitch self-bound seam for joining. Stitch seam giving 2 cm seam allowance. Trim 1 seam allowance to 3 mm. Turn other seam allowance by 3 mm, press and stitch. Turn and press again and bring the folded edge to the seam line so that the trimmed edge is now enclosed. Stitch close to the fold, as near as possible to the first line of stitching. Top stitch over sleeve piece. Match back shoulder line and sleeve right sides together. Finish the neckline. Fold sleeve bottom and hem. Stitch two sides of sleeve with front and back side. Fix hooks and stitch eyes on placket. Finish and press. Students, in this exercise, you have learned how to draft, cut and stitch the Raglon blouse. Now let us go to the next exercise.